Hi, welcome back to your Math Resource Showcase. I'm Amber Soto, and this is the solution video for Joe Bowler's painted cube problem. So we shared the Joe Bowler page, which is ucubed.org. I have it up for you here already, UYOU cube.org. We went to the Tasks tab, and then we scrolled down to find the painted cube problem. Here it is. And in the problem, it asked us if we had a 4 by 4 by 4 cube, and then we dumped blue paint all over it, and then we pulled it apart, how many of the small cubes that we pulled apart would have 3 blue faces? How many would have 2? How many would have 1? And how many wouldn't be painted at all? So I spent some time last night creating this 4 by 4 by 4 cube out of styrofoam and toothpicks. And then I colored the outside blue with Sharpie because I did not have paint in the moment. So I'm hoping this will help us to visualize kind of what happened. So let's first start with any of the cubes that have 3 blue faces. We have to talk about what's on the outside. So if we're talking about any of these in the middle, that's only one face. The rest is all tucked inside. If you talk about one on an edge like this, it's got one face on this side and one face on this side. That's 2. But if we're talking about a corner, the corner has the face on top, the face on one side, and the face on the other side. So each of the corners are the only ones that are going to have 3 faces painted. And on this cube, how many corners do we have? On the top, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to pause this video real quick, and I'm going to take the corners off, and then we'll work after that. Where's my marker too, by the way? There it is underneath. I can put that together right now too. I said one more. Oh, this one. This corner I did really well. Okay. Shit. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing this live. That would be super awkward. Okay. Actually, pull this one out of here and then pop this in here. Okay, I am back and I have now taken off all of the corners, and there were in fact 8. Okay, now the next thing we want to talk about is things that have 2 faces. You'll see on here, anywhere there's an edge, something along the edge, but that wasn't actually a corner, we'll have 2 faces painted, the one on this side and the one on this side. So anywhere that I have where it touches 2 faces, so an edge, we'll have 2 painted. So let's see how many that is here. It's 1 and 2 here, and then it's 1 and 2 here, and then it's 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here. So on this one side, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we can do the same thing here, except we already counted this one. So it'll be 2, 4, 6 more. And then we can do the same thing here, but again, we already counted these 2. So 2, 4, 6 more. And then on the last one, we already counted these. So it's just these last 2. Okay. So I'm going to take those off really quickly as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh shit. These were so well held together. I'm so glad I paused to do this. Damn. Well, damn. Okay, I have now taken all of the edges off. And let me actually stop sharing this web page so you can see it up close. So I've taken off all the corners and all the edges. You can see on this side, it's 2, 4, 6, 8 that I took off. And if you think on the back side, it's also 8, so that's 16. And then if you think on this side, these two are counted from the 8 and the 8 here. So all you have to count more is 2 more on the top and 2 more on the bottom. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20. And same thing on this side, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So 21, 22, 23, 24. And if you want to know, I am keeping count for us all on here. So for 3 faces, it's 8, and 2 faces, it is 24 so far. Now let's talk about one face. One face is going to be anywhere that was in this middle section here. So it was outward facing, but it didn't touch 2 of the faces. It didn't have 2 of the walls. So it's basically any of these 4 groups that you see on the outside that's painted. The rest isn't painted if it's on the inside. So how much would that be? Well, how many faces does a cube have? If you think about it, there's 6 faces on a cube. And so for this, there would be 4, 4, 4, 4, and then 4 on top and 4 on bottom. So 4 individual cubes 6 times would give us 24 of the cubes that are painted with only 1 face. Okay, now I'm going to take those off and come back again with what's left. All right, now that we're down to the bare bones, this is what I have left. Once I took off all the edges and the faces and the corners, I am left with a 2 by 2 by 2 cube that was not painted because it was in the center of the 4 by 4 by 4 cube. Isn't that interesting? So if I put a layer here, a layer here, a layer here, and a layer here, and top and bottom, I would end up with the 4 by 4 by 4 cube that was painted. All right, so if we're counting how many didn't get any paint on them, we would count this top half, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bottom half, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8 total that didn't get painted at all. And now let's check to make sure that they all add up correctly. So if we have a 4 by 4 by 4, then that means if we were to multiply it out, we should get 4 times 4 is 16, times another 4 is 64. There should be 64 total small cubes. If we add this up, 24 plus 8 is 32. 24 plus 8 is 32. And 32 plus 32 is, you guessed it, 64. So that is the answer for that problem. I hope you had as much fun with that as I had. I wish I could show you the aftermath here on my desk. It is not pretty, but it was fun. And I hope you had fun with it too. All right, with that said, everyone, I wanted to show you one more thing actually before I go. It was an extension on this. So we were looking at this page, but I wanted to show you that my brother-in-law sent me a picture of his actual Rubik's Cube. So you see he has a 3x3, a 4x4x4, sorry I didn't say the third 3 that time, a 5x5x5, a 6x6x6, and a 7x7x7. So wouldn't it be cool to extend this now that you kind of see how to do it for the 4x4x4 and see if you could figure out what it would be for a 7x7x7. I challenge you to do that. All right, with that said, have fun. I hope you had a beautiful day today and happy mathing.